Hey, welcome back. It's been a while. We just came off of the AP reading in Cleveland, and so there are many thoughts to share today. But first, I want to give a big shout out to Jacob Reed, who's been a huge supporter of our school and our econ program here this last year and this upcoming year. And if you haven't checked out his materials at reviewecon.com, go over there after you finish this video and take a look. There are lots of excellent guides to get you through AP, Econ, whichever one you're taking, macro or micro. Lots and lots of free resources available for you there, as well as his review packet and some other subscription content. Anyway, on to the content here. Today, what we're going to talk about are just some general tips to make sure that you are optimizing your score on your FRQ, whether you're taking AP Macro or AP Micro. The first tip that I have for you is don't explain. If you are asked a question that tells you to say whether something increases, decreases, or remains the same, no change, only say one of those three things and add nothing else. And the reason why is because you can't explain your way into a point when you've given the wrong answer to begin with. However, you can explain yourself out of a point, even though you gave the correct answer initially. Now, this is really tough for a lot of us because we've all been trained due to standardized testing to to always explain, to give a little bit more, to use all the time and add as much as can be said. However, I want you to keep this in mind. You can give the right answer, but explain your way out of the point, even if you're saying something that's off topic. So, the correct answer to something might be to say that it increases, but then you go on and you say that grass was invented in 1957. Now, obviously, that's not an econ tip, but that's factually incorrect. And you can give the econ example of something factually incorrect and then lose the point. Please do your future self a favor. Don't explain. Okay, tip number 2. Even if you don't know the exact right thing to put in your graph, whether it's a shift, whether it's moving along a curve, label absolutely everything on your graph. And I want you to use conventional legible labels. And we'll have another separate video on graphing conventions. But in this one, I just want you to focus on labeling absolutely every axis, every curve, every line, every shift, every single thing that is on your graph, because it's entirely possible that you could get a point just based on having correct graphing conventions. And like I said, we'll get to that graphing conventions video in another clip. Okay. And then the last thing that I want to talk to you about here is making sure that you are following all of the norms on setting up problems and fully showing all of your work. If something says show work, that means that you should write out every single step in your calculations, okay? And so while there might be calculations that are captain obvious, we all do them in our head, it's basic math such as percentages, you absolutely must write that last step out, times 100 or something like that. Even though it's something we all sort of know, we all do in our head, if you don't have it written, you don't get the point. So I know you know how to do this. You know how to do this. Now it's time for you to get out there and show the world all of that effort that you've put into this class, and every single thing that you've done deserves credit. So get out there, show the work, say those right answers, but don't explain. Label absolutely everything, and you will do phenomenally well on your AP test. All right, good luck. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.